Obama, he pops up all over the place, but one of the things that you know for certain is they're doing deals, they're talking tax breaks, and well, we've got some surprises for you. But for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today.
Like flooding in from the backside.
I know. For the second day in a row, Obama had to explain what he had done because he had yet again not been on camera enough.
Well, they said that he has this idea. It's not a substance problem, it's a communications problem. Well, he comes out and makes, as most people said, a big a-hole out of himself, condemning the Republicans, saying that they were basically terrorists. He was forced to do with a terrorist organization holding the country hostage, and he doesn't think he's going to piss off a lot of people. He did, folks.
Wait. It's like, he actually said that in his speech.
He said that they were nothing more than the holding this nation hostage like terrorists, and that he doesn't deal with terrorists, in hostage situations. But if you're going to hurt the hostage, he has to make a deal. Which basically Bill O'Reilly basically said, well, that's no big deal. And then their national security people put O'Reilly in his place. He said he just told the world that he will deal with terrorists.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out told the world. But then again, folks, he is a Muslim. And he deals with every Muslim out there.
Well, and he's so tough anyway, so...
I know. The world is terrified of Barack Hussein Obama.
Obama came out the real winner in the Bush tax extension, and the Republicans will cease to exist as a political party.
Well, that's what Charles Krauthammer, he said. Charles Krauthammer, it was brilliant. He basically destroyed the Republican Party with that one brilliant piece of brilliance where he moved to the middle. Okay, you have to understand, Krautheimer does not like Sarah Palin. He figures Palin will be the nominee. So it looks like Krautheimer is jumping on the Obama bandwagon to keep Palin from being in office.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, he hates Sarah Palin. Most of the Republican establishment hates Palin. So, because they can't control her, and they don't like it. But basically, the Republican Party is dead. Because they told the Republicans not to make a deal with Obama until after they came back in January, because everybody knows they're going to make a deal and they're going to get the money retroactive, which Obama doesn't want to have done either.
Teen arrested in Oregon car bomb plot led 2 lives.
Well, yeah, he led the nice knife, and then, as Geraldo said, he was coerced into doing this by a corrupt FBI that didn't have anything better to do. And he's totally innocent. Oh, he just planned to kill a whole bunch of people, but he wouldn't have done that if the FBI hadn't coerced him. Well, yeah, he just found another way to do it.
Oh, yeah, and Obama is the most popular president in American history, according to the press.
Well, they took a poll. I mean, okay, George Bush is the most disliked president. Jimmy Carter is 25th on the list as the most liked. And Obama is the most popular president this nation has ever had. But, I mean, everybody knows they don't like the guy's popularity, personal popularity is just collapsing. But among the news editors that put this together, he's worshipped. Well, he was until he did the deal, and now they all want him to resign from office and put Biden in his place.
And Pew study found out that Muslims don't like Americans and want Sharia law instituted in the U.S.
Hey, that's called a roadrunner moment. Everybody in the whole bloody world knows that Muslims don't like Christians. Everybody except the left-wing press and the Democratic Party.
Duh.
Yeah, they want to, there is no, okay, as there are no moderate Democrats, there are no moderate Muslims. They're Muslims. The fact that they are Muslims, their religion basically dictates that they have to be the only people left standing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Obama compromises a bid for independence.
Yeah, they said that the independents just swung over to his side. No, they didn't. They knew it was nothing more than a ploy to get reelected, folks, and that he really didn't. Okay, if he'd have came out and been a gracious loser, he would have won over the independents. He'd come out bitching up a storm about well, I wasn't supported by the Democratic leadership. Well, he basically turned it over to them. The Republicans held this country hostage, and I had to do it. The Republicans should have been in the back of the bus. Well, yeah. That did not win over anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He basically, Obama managed to lose both sides of that. He lost everybody with his great thing the other day, so.
Study says aspirin may cut cancer deaths, but caution urged.
Because aspirin also has a tendency to cause bleeding. Aspirin, if you take it too much, weakens the walls of the blood vessel. You can basically die of hemorrhaging and stuff if you're not careful. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Filipinos sue California hospital over English-only rule, and Obama sides with them.
But the Justice Department thinks why should they be forced to speak English? Because this is the United States of America. It is not the Philippines. I can't understand. I grew up with people from the Philippines. I don't know what bloody language. They're from there. They were ran by Spain before the United States.
I know, they speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish and they speak English. They speak English as well as we do.
I know they do.
And they're speaking in Zilabong or something. I cannot understand anything that they say anymore. It's like a native. It's basically like a tribal language that they're speaking, and it is totally unintelligible. And unless you have people that are on hand that can speak Filipino.
That's right.
And they shouldn't have been hired unless they spoke English. I mean, I hear people. I get tired of going into McDonald's and having to speak to people in Spanish in order to get what I want ordered. At least the Pakistanis that used to run these places spoke English to the customers.
Well, you notice that they sued him over English only. My question is, were they sitting there talking about people in Filipino and people knew about it and they asked
The problem is, it's like you go into some of these places and they don't understand. There are a lot of people that actually speak Spanish when they go into these stores, and they know when they're sitting or talking to one another behind the top that they're basically, calling them imbeciles.
Because we've seen that happen, where they're sitting there talking about the people right in front of them in a different language.
I know it, and they know. I mean, we went into one McDonald's between here and here in Las Vegas. It basically has a sign: if you catch us speaking any language but English, tell the management, and they will be removed immediately, because he does not want his customers being insulted by the Latino employees that they're hiring.
And Obama doesn't have the votes on either the House or the Senate, but it's all over for the Republicans because the people stand with the Democrats.
Well, they said that they're listening to loonies being talked to last night. Well, the polls all show that people are against tax cuts for the wealthy, and they think the wealthy should pay a fair percentage. How much is that fair percentage? 69% of what they make. They should, contribute to those people. Basically, it's always contribute. No. And then, well, if you want to pay that kind of money, I won't pay it unless everybody else pays it. But they won't pay it to begin with, because the people that are saying taxes higher don't pay taxes.
And Spain okays new austerity measure to calm markets.
Because Spain is broke. Spain went broke because of unions and green energy. They lost 4 jobs for every 1 job created, and the energy is so god-awful expensive that nobody can afford it now.
Oh.
Brilliant, isn't it? Obama cited them as the greatest example of how green energy works. It doesn't work at all.
Deal reached to avoid cut in doctors' Medicare paid.
That's just for this year. They basically, the whole system is totally and absolutely failed under Obama. He thought that everybody would rush forward and want it, but then they also figured, well, if we put everybody, if they opt out of the program, they go on a single payer program, which basically has no support from anybody, because you can't pay for what we currently have and add 32 million more people. I heard yesterday too, they said doctors are refusing to join Obamacare. They said they're going to simply.
They are?
They said young doctors are quitting medical school. Old doctors are retiring. And he won't have, and they said that even in Great Britain, they don't order the doctors to treat those patients. They can't do it. So.
If an island state vanishes, is it still a nation?
Oh, it's called this here. B.S. the Bull said that is the biggest bunch. Well, the water's raising around the world, and these countries are sinking because of the water. Well, no, it is called, basically what comes up goes down. It's been doing this for like thousands of years. So they lose a few inches. They're an island. You're surrounded by water, and it's a small island. The water comes up, the water goes down. And as mankind figures out how to desalinate water, they're going to simply have big desalination stations on every coast, and you're going to be getting pure water out of the ocean, folks, which means that water's going to go down.
And a Monty Bubbleism for the Mark Twain of the animal kingdom.
Well, that if you deal with a jackal like the jackal is a lamb, and the jackal does everything the jackal always did to become a jackal, then you're definitely not dealing with the lamb.